Well, this is week 3 on our From the Field interview with Nick Benson and Latham Seed. Nick, thanks for joining us on this pretty relaxed but still fantastic Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Liz.
So many things are taking place, Nick, out in the fields. I guess we should probably first say our prayers and knock on wood that we've had such a fantastic 2015 already. What are you seeing out there?
Well, first off, I mean, you're right. It's been a great 2015, and, it's amazing when, with the last 2 years in consideration, it makes this year look just fantastic. So what I'm seeing is a lot of corn got in the ground. Probably 90% of our corn got planted last week. They say we can do 10 to 15% per day, and most people got in the field Monday or Tuesday of last week. So, we're pretty much finishing up on corn.
That makes this almost picture perfect for this year?
Yeah, it is. If I were to pick a week, it would be the first week of May, last week in April. If you're to draw a perfect spring, it would be the way things are going right now. We have really nice air temperatures, which creates a real nice seed bed. Soil conditions were great. It's picture perfect. So no, we're very, very thankful for that.
Well, Nick, let's touch base a little bit about germination and how our seeds are taking all this nice amount of moisture that we've been getting.
Really, while we were planting, we had nice soil moisture down there, which is great. And so that seed immediately starts imbibing. That's the big word for the day, which means just taking up water. And then now the rain we've been getting this week is really a great scenario. Soybeans will take 2 to 5 times their weight in water. Corn seed will take about 1.5 to 2 times its weight in water and moisture. With the moisture that was in the soil, with the rain we're getting currently, those seeds will turn into seedlings really as we speak. So everything that's in the ground should be germinating currently and should be, showing themselves here within a week.
It seems like the weather that we have, compared to last year, we were too wet and pretty cool by this time last year. And even some of our farmers had planted early and then got a little stinker of weather. How do you think that's going to take effect for this year? What are we looking at temperatures-wise?
Yeah, the big thing that we happened last year and usually happens every year with some early planting is we get this. We can plant in April, and then the temperature can get super cold. Actually, last year we planted in the first part of May in some situations, and then the temperature got really cold again. But this year it looks like we have really nice temperatures. So if the temperatures maintain, where they're at, that seed's going to come right out of the ground. I really foresee no issues at all. The only concern could be is if someone had some real driving rain and they have some crusting. But even that, with warm soil temperatures, that really helps that vigor of that seed take off. And so I would project, when we talk next week, we'll start seeing some corn poking through, and I would expect, short of any sort of seed quality issues, 100% emergence on what we planted. So picture perfect scenario. Super thankful, and now we look to the growing season.
Once the seeds are in the ground, how long before our farmers need to be looking for that emergence and checking their fields?
With the soil temperatures we've had, I would suggest, anything planted just 5 to 7 days after it's been in the ground should be starting to come up through the soil. Definitely get out there and look at your stands. This is the first chance we get to see any mistakes we made. I'm sure there's going to be some out there. So go out there, make sure you look at every row unit, what was planted, check your spacing, and make sure everything was going right. If there's a mistake, it's my suggestion, we fix it now so we don't forget about it. Get out there, check your stand. Like I said, in about a week to 10 days, we should be able to do that pretty well, which is super exciting, Liz.
It is very exciting. I can't wait to see what this year is going to produce as far as our corn and our beans, because so many farmers are either done or near done, at least with corn, and working on getting the beans in the ground.
Yeah, I would say I think I mentioned it earlier, I would say we're about 90% done on corn, and beans were really, I would say maybe 10 to 15%, just kind of, we had one big long shot of getting this corn in the ground. We got it, and then we got a nice little rain there, and now we're kind of waiting for things to dry out and get going on beans as fast as we can.
Well, with corn and bean emergence, if those plants are going to grow, so are the weeds, Nick. And what do our farmers need to look at to stay on top of the weed management this year?
Yeah, weeds are a little bit of a concern. Like I mentioned, we had a big window. We got all this in the ground, and it's been hard to keep in front of the weeds, which is fine. I mean, we have to get the crop in first, and now that the crop's in, a lot of my customers are trying to relax and get re-energized after a really super long week. We're gonna have to get right back out there and get these weeds taken care of, because they also are enjoying this nice warm spring with nice soil temperatures and plenty of moisture. So gotta get out there and get right back on top of these weeds to get them suppressed and make sure that seed and those early seedlings have a great environment to get going for the year.
Well, Nick, before we wrap up this week, anything else you want to add and let our farmers know about?
If you want to know any other crop reports for our marketing region, we have about 14 regional sales managers that report in every week on thefieldposition.com, which would give us an update on what they're seeing in different areas, which is always fun to see, how the rest of the state and other states around us are doing. So once again, that's thefieldposition.com. You can check us out there. And if anybody has any questions in regards to seedling emergence or weed identification or anything else this time of the year, they can always feel free to give me a call at 319-415-2312. So once again, Liz, that's thefieldposition.com, and then 319-415-2312 is my phone number.
Well, Nick, I look forward to talking to you next week. I can't wait to see what the fields are looking like and actually enjoy this picture-perfect planting season that we've had so far.
Yeah, next week, Liz, is from the field, so it'll be interesting to see how the rest of this week plays out. We may not be from the field; we may be from the shed watching it grow.
Hey, that's okay too. It's better than being from the field in the barn watching it rain.
Which has been the last 2 years, so no, I'd rather have it that way too, Liz.
So everyone, make sure to tune in next week. We'll be talking with Nick and catching up from a local farm here in Northeast Iowa. Listen for more details on that coming forward. Thanks, Nick. Take care.
Oh, it's my pleasure.